Okay, next, let's talk about the croquis. So I think if you look up the definition of croquis, it's like a fast sketch, a fast rendering. It's also used, at least we used it in design school, to kind of talk about these like kind of outlined bodies that I gave a few poses, a few croquis to kind of help you in this class. Now, the female croquis are from a book, a fashion illustration book called Nine Heads. Nine Heads is, man, like if you're in any sort of fashion education, it has been used for decades. It keeps being edited. Nine Heads talks about the length of the body, meaning there's 9 heads that go into this. So I think actually, like here it kind of shows it. Well, which croquis? One of the croquis kind of shows out. Oh, I'm sorry, this one. The 9 heads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or 9 heads. So you can kind of see it ticked out. Now, the human actual body is anywhere between 6 and 8 heads. So this is an unrealistic depiction of the human body. It's fashion. Now, this is not very inclusive. This has been very problematic. That's what makes this kind of fundamental 9 Heads book very controversial. Now, it's, you know, if you, like, when I went to Parsons, we spent an entire year creating our own croquis to use. Obviously, we don't have time to do that in this class. So I give you these. I did create the male ones. So I did create the male ones. These are, as you already see, they're shorter because, well, no, I guess they're not. But like they're a little bit more proportional. But yes, they are still an idealistic body form. So I encourage you all, if you want to create your own croquis, please do so. Or make, you know, you can kind of take these and potentially make them more realistic. But for time and I give you these to start with. So the croquis. So let's talk about kind of how we kind of start with it. So I always start off with her, or them, you know, looking at the head, kind of come down, you got the collarbone, come down to the waist, you kind of come to the hips, you draw out the 2 legs and feet, and that's kind of, and then the arms are really just, you know, it's just hanging there. So that's kind of how you kind of map it out. Now let me tell you how, once like designers get their croquis, and they may have only like 5, whatever the case is, we just use them over and over. So we kind of trace from them. So it barely comes up in the video, and I apologize for that. But you can see how you can start to see through your paper for the croquis. So let me just kind of show you a couple things first. So you might first, you know, I would say in class we're going to practice out just getting the proportion of the body with, you know, the different weights. So again, I always kind of do the head. I come down to the collarbone, mark her out, mark the waist out, mark the hips, the knee, the ankle, and then the foot. This just helps me map things out to know where I'm going. And let's give her a little heel, a little ballet flat. Then I can come back in and really start to fill her out, right? And this is where you can start playing with different weights. So, you know, making that emphasis on the weight, kind of coming around, giving her. And then this is where we start to, once you kind of start sketching out the body And we'll kind of practice this in class. Okay, good. This is, you should see my camera thing, how I'm trying to get this accomplished. You know, you kind of start filling her out. Then, and this is where I wasn't very smart when I wrote my titles. So again, I'm going to kind of map her out. And now I can start thinking of different designs. So you start dressing your croquis. So this is where choosing the right kind of croquis is so important. So this is kind of a straight on one. Then we have ones that would maybe show, you know, maybe if you had like a fun skirt that you'd want to show, you know, some flair, maybe like a body conscious dress. And I apologize that I'm talking a lot for the like women's wear. But you know, this could be great to do. As you can just see how my weight of my pencil is kind of dressing her. Then we also have this like side view, like maybe if you have an interesting side detail line. And then I did give you guys a back, but so this is then where you kind of start dressing her. So, you know, whether this is like the hemline of the shirt, or, you know, this is, well, so let's start dressing her. So I'm going to give her a neck, kind of map out my shoulders. So, you know, you can just, I'm going to do kind of like a little muscle t-shirt. And then we'll start talking about adding garment details. Those of you that were in 5210 will probably start seeing some familiar things about that. So just giving her some arms here. And then we'll kind of do some sort of high-waisted kind of detail. And we kind of just start building. I don't know why I'm going so 90s here. I've been lately, even though I kind of despise the 90s, I've been feeling it lately. So anyway, this is where then you start building the garment and you start dressing your croquis and start adding things from there. So I'm just gonna, sorry guys if that wasn't like, my video quality isn't fantastic, but just so you can start to kind of see how it starts layering on. And I'll kind of show then how, you know, and we do this all kind of with our pencil, and then we slowly start to layer on different media to really give it that garment, making it look more and more like a garment. But I just kind of want to give you guys the basics, and I'll show you one more video for media. So hopefully this is helping.